Hi, it's Roger from S&G, your purchaser, with an update with the Airstep collection from Congolium. Today we're going to go over the Airstep collection. There's actually a new product called Airstep Advantage. It's the top grade in the 3 that we're going to carry. There's Airstep Plus, Airstep Evolution, and now Airstep Advantage. The nice thing about Airstep Advantage is it's the heaviest, which enables a manufacturer to actually put grooves in the product or make some height differentiation into the product, which adds to character. So let me show you a couple of the products. Obviously there's more colors, but essentially they're going to have a stone or square product as one of the offerings. But what I wanted to point out is because of its thickness, which is 110 mils, is that the indents are very, very deep. You can actually put your full fingernail in and run it all the ways down or across the vinyl. And then they have some wood grains as well, which you'll notice that there's ridges that run all the ways across the product. And then of course at the end, the bevels that add to the lifelike resemblance to real hardwood or laminate that you would find. Maybe on a side view you can see the thickness of these two products. So the nice thing about Airstep, and one of the key features that's unlike all the other vinyls, there's actually two things. One, it has Scotchgard, which of course Scotchgard is a trusted, recognized brand to consumers for many, many years. Everybody knows the household name of Scotchgard from the 3M company. The other interesting thing about this product is there's actually true silver embedded into and infused into the finish of the product. Now, silver as a metal actually has a component that makes it antimicrobial, so it helps against germs and bacteria. This is not the first product to ever get silver infused into the product, into the finish. It's done commercially. There's many products that have it. I remember a product called, I believe it was called Zaxxon. I know that's a video game as well, but Zaxxon, it's maybe been 15, 20 years ago actually put silver into the finish of their product for commercial. So a little bit of trivia there, but just so you know, it does help. So on the 3 products, the Plus, the Evolution, and the Advantage, mainly is the thickness and the actual wear warranty and the overall warranty of the products is the variation. The Plus is usually a 15 to 20 year. The Evolution is 20 to lifetime. Some of them are 25, and they do vary depending if we're talking about rip and curl on the floor, or if we're talking about the asphalt stain on the surface. Now Advantage has pretty much everything lifetime. The minimum there is 25, so enhanced warranties across the board. So a couple other things I want to talk about is just industry-wide. You notice that there's a lot more vinyls coming out that are vinyl-backed, or some people call them glass-backed products. And the glass-backed and vinyl-backed products are probably going to take over a bigger and bigger segment of the market for a lot of reasons. Let me just give you a couple of those reasons. Just like the Congolium floor, the installation method, you can actually glue the product. You can actually do a perimeter type of installation where you either glue or staple or tape the total exterior of the floor, or loose lay. Loose lay because of the dimensional stability of this vinyl backed product, or some people call them glass because there's a lot of times there's fiberglass built into the product. Makes it lay flat. Big advantages to it, of course, would be that, well, I'll pick up a piece and show you. As you know, with paperback, if you were to crumble it like this, it would just fracture and it would not go back to its original shape. And if that happens, there's damage, so it's harder to an installer to fix it, and ends up being a damaged floor. That's one great asset that the product does have. The other asset would be for alkali or for moisture to penetrate up through the bottom of concrete. Paperback products absorb more moisture, and sometimes they'll get some growth in there, some bacteria that can run inks of the vinyl as well, which turns the floor, as you know, either black or purple. With the vinyl back or glass back products, usually that doesn't happen. It's not porous. It doesn't want to really absorb adhesive, which some of these actually are done pressure sensitive as well on the installation process. So it's a full spread but pressure sensitive. So overall warranties on the floors, there's a few different categories. There's manufacturing defects, actually walking through the floor if it were to wear out, could be, you know, from 15 to lifetime depending on the finish. Most of these don't scuff much anymore. They're kind of a low gloss urethane type of finish throughout the industry, which doesn't allow to have the product scuff, not like the old days, so that's part of the warranty as well. Gouge and tear, the actual vinyl back product for the gouge and tear, like I talked about earlier, harder to do as opposed to paperback. So that's a great advantage and another reason and another part of the warranty. The mildew we went over, and of course the antimicrobial of the silver component on the Congolium product. So we usually talk about all the benefits, and there's a lot of them. Some of the things I talked about today, if there's ever confusion, there is a website, Congolium.com. Maybe if you have a technical customer and you want to go over a specific warranty or an installation system, if you don't know exactly which adhesive or if the subfloor is approved to go over the product to be installed over, it's a good time and a good reason to go maybe onto that website and take a look. So I'm always talking about the benefits. I thought I would mention a few disclaimers. Customers might ask you, hey, I know it has all these great things. What can happen where my floor isn't covered? Well, first and foremost is always certification of the installer. If you get a poor installation, no matter what the product is, the warranty will not cover it. So that's kind of a broad term. What I mean by that, they could use the wrong adhesive. They could have installed the floor over the wrong substrate or subfloor. They could have maybe just done a poor installation job and the consumer's not happy. Well, at S&G, of course, all of our guys are licensed, we're certified, so our warranties are always intact. So that's one big thing that you need to know. A couple other things. I'm going to take a look at my note here on the disclaimers. Improper installation, we talked about. Beater bars for vacuum cleaners. A lot of people vacuum the carpet and then they roll onto vinyl and they leave the beater bar on. That could scrape the floor. That's not covered. Any type of furniture that's been drug across the floor, or if it's even put onto the vinyl and maybe it has a very small pointed type of leg that could possibly damage or puncture the vinyl, that isn't covered. So they say proper type of castings or proper type of a cup underneath the leg could be advisable to keep the warranty intact. Use of floor mats. This was another one which I know we get occasionally, where if it's it should say non-stainable or non-stained floor mat. Sometimes people will buy a mat from somewhere, they're not sure where it was from. They put it in a bathroom area, usually, or maybe in front of the kitchen sink. It gets wet or moist. The ink that the rug was made from wasn't really like heat set or locked in, so it runs into the vinyl, it discolors the product, and that is not covered. Lastly, this is kind of something that's newer that I didn't really know about. I had to take a look at this one. Was renovation. We always talk about floors covered under normal household conditions. I guess over the years some people said, hey, I was remodeling my cabinets and my floor got damaged. That is normal wear and tear if you think about it, because they did have to remodel. Maybe the floor's been in for 15 years. Then all of a sudden they do a warranty claim, especially now with these extended warranties that are, you know, upwards 20 years, 25 lifetime warranties. So the manufacturers have said, hey, look, we understand that it is part of life, but your contractor needs to be cautious. He should cover the floor and you know, protect it from any type of dropping nails or any ladders or anything sliding across the floor that could possibly damage it. So I hope I covered some broad terms in the industry. I hope I gave you some new insight to Airstep, and I will be back to you soon with more products, and these will be on your rack shortly. So thank you.